of an accountant. I've got 5-10 minutes before I need to leave, heading off to a client that makes chocolate. We're gonna do a come to a client with me, come behind the scenes to come to a chocolate factory with me. This is the champagne problem. What she gave us as extra, we didn't make them. She is healthy, she is healthy. She is back with another day in the life. A day in the life of an accountant. Today we are doing another come to a client with me. I am so excited. As part of the consulting team, so I head up the consultancy team within strivex, and through doing that I get to get on the road and visit incredible clients. And so today, it's a Monday. I have just had my weekly Monday morning therapy session, which was a 10 out of 10. Highlight of my week, nearly every week. Bloody love therapy. I consider it like the gym. Like, even if you're feeling good and fit, you still go to the gym. So just a permanent fixture in my schedule is Monday morning gym session, Monday morning therapy session, and I am about to head off. I've got 5-10 minutes before I need to leave, heading off to a client that makes chocolate. So today I'm going to see the wonderful Ellie, who is the founder of Studio Chocolate. She is a client of ours and I'm going out to visit her today to do some consulting, and we're going to make some chocolate together, I think, which is very exciting. Less exciting because I've just had my Invisalign fitted, so I now have in my little bag that I take everywhere a toothbrush. So just imagining putting Invisalign on after eating chocolate makes me feel ill. So we're going to see the wonderful Ellie today. She's a chocolatier. She has had her own shop previously and she made the decision to close that shop last year. We're having a bit of a deep dive consulting session to look at her pricing, long-term goals, the strategy that she's going to take to get there, as well as making some chocolate, which I obviously thought was the most wholesome day ever to bring you along. So we're going to do a come to a client with me. So if you have consumed the other videos that are like come to a client with me, if you haven't, I'll link them up here. You will know that before I hit the road and get cracking with the content, I normally really like to take a deep dive into the business. So this morning during monk mode, which is head down, deep focus work, I went through the sort of audit trail of comms that we've had with the client. I spoke to a couple of the team members that are involved with this client to make sure that there wasn't anything that would really help them if I'm seeing her today, to go through anything that I need to know. And they are all good. She is a 10 out of 10 green flag client. And so I'm actually just gonna hop into her accounting software, run a profit and loss, run a balance sheet, and see exactly where she's at before I hit the road and get cracking. I've got an audiobook and I've got 3 client calls to make. It's actually a 2.5 hour drive, so we're gonna get some good worky work done whilst I'm driving as well. I've got 3 client calls, a couple of team members to call, and an audiobook on the go to keep me company on the journey. And so I'm just going to get my head down, have a quick look in her accounting software and see exactly where we're at before we hit the road. So come behind the scenes to come to a chocolate factory with me. I've got 2 minutes with James before I have to go. What am I doing?
We're just squeezing out some pain I had from the gym yesterday. Feels weird doing it on camera. It feels very weird doing it on camera. I don't think we should. This is a real day in my life. This is probably the most time we'll have together all day as well. Yeah. Yeah, we've been slamming it at the gym recently. And James is... By slamming, it's just 2 days in a row. 3. And James is very sore. Because you don't stretch after, do you? Not really. That's what we do in the 2 minutes we have together. Let's go. Okay, I am in the car. I am en route to the client. I just need to get some, watch this fly off while I turn a corner. Oh no. Alrighty, cool. I am just parked up in the petrol station on my way to see Ellie. Just need to get some fuel, might get a little snack for the road. Not sure how the Invisalign's gonna work, but I am pretty hungry, so I don't think going to a chocolate shop hungry is a good idea for anyone. So just gonna top up with some fuel, get on the road. I've got to call some clients, so I will bring you along for that. That'll be really nice behind the scenes. Call some clients, call some team members, get that audiobook on. So let's get on the road to come to a client with me.
How are you?
Better for speaking to you. How are you?
Don't lie. I'm fine, thanks.
I'm not lying!
How are you? I miss you.
Likewise. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It's a bit of a crazy time, but...
If I look hot and sweaty, it's because I am hot and sweaty. This was not a nice multi-story car park. Little business idea. A business idea and then bogey bingo are two things that I wanted to talk to you about. New business idea, I would pay good money to have a maps app on my phone that has like anxiety mode that you can turn on and turn off, so that if I feel anxious driving or anxious parking, it only suggests like routes that don't have crazy windy roads or parking that isn't multi-story car parks. And this is the champagne problem, but she drives a Range Rover. It's such a big car and I'm such a small person and I have such a small brain. I just can't do it. But she reverse parked in a multi-story car park, so very proud of myself for that. I really wanted to eat while I was driving, but the Invisalign said no. So I'm just gonna have to eat more chocolate when I get to the client. So I'm all good to go. I'm just gonna walk over to the client. I think it's only like a 4 or 5 minute walk from where I am now. And yeah, bogey bingo. Got stuck in traffic on the way here and started playing bogey bingo, which is my favourite traffic game. When you're sat in traffic, I don't know why everyone thinks it's acceptable to pick their nose. Like, people just sit in cars like picking their nose. Yeah, so I played bogey bingo. So I was in traffic for 5 minutes and I saw 6 different people picking their nose. So I won bogey bingo. But normally when you're in a car with other people, you play it together and it's like whoever calls it first gets it and you like play against each other. My Invisalign is settling in, which is good. The bad news is the more they're settling in, the more it's hurting because they're obviously moving my teeth. But yeah, I think I have decided with the content filming and Invisalign, I'm just gonna have to get on with it because I have to wear them. Like, it literally says you have to wear them unless you're eating or like drinking hot things. So I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and wear them all of the time. People are just gonna have to get used to me speaking like this. I think it's bad, but it's not that bad. Like, whatevs. Right, we are off. I am so excited. I did some client calls on the way, and then had some team member calls, and then called a friend actually who I've been meaning to call for ages, and then my brother called me too. So I actually didn't listen to an audiobook. I literally was just back-to-back calls for 2.5 hours, various clients and stuff, and then once I've got off the phone to a client, I'll do Hey Siri, and then get it to email me with the notes. That's always really good. So excited to do some chocolate making, consultancy, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory vibes, but cute girl finance edition. Let's go. Okay, balance sheet, that's the problem.
Balance sheet, yeah.
Okay. And I guess your previous accountants, you just wouldn't have asked, felt scared.
Yeah, it's gonna sound silly, but like, I'm always worried about coming across as like a dumb blonde. And I've been underestimated a lot. And I think I'm starting to realise that's definitely something I fear away from doing things because I think I'm gonna get put into that box. Yeah, that's why I don't.
I feel like there's so much to be said about. I recently got asked on a podcast, why do people underestimate you? And I said my response back was because I let them. And I like really enjoy being underestimated. You know, and you're like, okay, fine, just watch. Like watch.
Yeah.
And I feel like people go. I would be so excited to see you go the other way.
Yeah.
And I think the thing, especially when it comes to your finances, you might not understand like all of the accounting rules, definitions, words, all of that stuff, but like nobody knows your business better than you. And like that's the thing that you have to lean into. It is your responsibility to ask questions. Like if someone says a word that you don't know, like do it. And like we have processes so that every time we speak to you, one of our core values is like ask more questions than you answer. So if you came and said, what does this number mean? We'd always try and like dig down a bit deeper and make sure that you do understand. And a process for speaking to clients is making sure at every touch point at the end of the call we say to you, like, do you understand everything that I've said today? Okay, so profit and loss versus balance sheet. A profit and loss runs through all of your income and all of your expenses
Yeah.
during the financial year. What I can outsource and what has to not be me. Now I can red, amber, green, what I like, what I don't like.
Yeah.
I love that. This is my dream job.
Yeah.
Just chatting to people about what they love and
Yeah.
leaving them better than I found them.
So how much about chocolate do you know?
Literally not.
I
like Tony's.
Yeah, that's great. That's the one I'd help you.
That's my vibe.
What are you preference normally, dark milk or white?
Milk to dark.
Okay, cool. Dark to white. Okay. So chocolate's made up of 3 ingredients. We've got cocoa mass, cocoa butter and sugar. So first one is 100% cocoa mass. So I'm going to get some
bitter?
water. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you think of it as like no sugar and no fat, it is purely just cocoa mass. And the fat is there for the texture. And
Mud.
yeah, it's like very, very dry. There's no cocoa mass, no cocoa butter there to like absorb onto your palate. So there's like, it kind of just goes past it. So this is the best way to measure because you're not literally putting a probe in it.
Yeah.
And it's also such a low temperature, you don't need it to be a probe. Whereas if you were making jam or something, you need it to physically go in because it reads the steam. So this is pretty much like all melted now. And then ladle into one side, like so. And I'm purposefully leaving just some gaps there. It takes less than it looks like it will, because now we're just gonna give it a little shake.
So what did you do for weddings? Did you do cakes?
Cakes and favours, wedding favours. So that's really nice, because like, normally they will choose a chocolate each, and then that'll be the favour. And again, sometimes there's a bit of story behind it. There's one couple that I think they came here for one of their first dates, it's like years ago, and then and then they've like been in touch to be like, we just really want you as part of our wedding day. In fact, actually my friend who used to work for me, like when I first set up the shop, she met her now husband from him being like coming in, and they were like, we need chocolates at our wedding. I was like, oh my god. So before this sets, I'm just gonna marble, so swirling that through like so, and then again just shaking it. We'll flatten it out, don't worry about little edges. They will probably break off, or they're not going in a shop, so it doesn't really matter. And then you can put your toppings on top at this stage, or you can put them underneath. So you can put them in first and then pour your chocolate over the top.
What's your top recommendations if I want to put something on it first?
So I would go with one of the smaller, like one of these,
So
because they end up like
honeycomb,
raspberry, toffee. This is vanilla fudge and this is candied lemon. That just is the best thing in the world. On top, tastes like tastes like sweets.
James is a big lemon fan as well. Is there too much? Can I do too much?
No. Just kind of, I use part of my arm just so they don't fly out. Flip it over, pull your arm out, and then lift off. No one's ever broken one until last week, and they dropped it on the floor. Perfect, love it when the raspberries come through.
They're so cute. It's like flower petals.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a very long vlog, which is good because it's very representative of my very long day. Gonna show James what we got. So Ellie gave me this month's subscription box, which is available. So she does like a monthly subscription box where you get different chocolates through your letterbox every single month, and she does different themes. So she just did Taylor Swift box, and she did like an International Women's Day one, and there was a Grace Beverly chocolate because she loves Tala too, and Grace Beverly commented on her post. So this is the classics box she gave us as extra. We didn't make them. We're about to eat tea. Oh, your head's chopped off again. I always chop James's head off. Okay, this was the half and half one that Ellie did. Obviously she did it because it looks beautiful and aesthetic. This was another one that she did, which was white chocolate but with dark chocolate drizzled just a little bit on the back. I made this one. It's this honeycomb. Oh, this one was my one. So I love the Tony's chocolate.
So could you just go there and make chocolate? Is it like a thing?
Yeah, that's what she does. But she's moving more into like corporate experiences. And she just did, I think it captured it on mic earlier. This one's my one. 2 people, she does first dates. She did their first date and she just did their wedding cake. They got married and it was their first date. My favourite chocolate in the world is Tony's chocolate. It's the one with the pretzels and the dark chocolate. And we recreated it. So this is pretzels, salt on the back, dark chocolate. Oh, this was the one I made for James, which is honeycomb in the middle and then lemon on the back. This was fudge, chocolate fudge. Raspberry, how beautiful is that? And then I sprinkled raspberry on the back. And this is fudge on top. But I just need to take a picture and put it in the Teams chat to tell everyone there's chocolate in the office tomorrow.
Like to share it?
Oh, not your bar. Well, not the one I made for you. I made one for me, one for you, and then everything for everyone else. Then we're having dinner, then we're taking the dog out, and then we're going to the gym.
I don't want to go to the gym.
You don't go to the gym?
I just did yard work.
We could run with the dog and then do weights. TBC, but we're going to eat dinner. Need to walk the dog, need to do some form of exercise. I should some water because I've drank an extortionate amount of coffee today. I'm normally a once a day girly.
How many did you have today?
3.
Say if you don't
Normally I have 1 a day. I had 2 here and I was like, no more. And then
here?
1 in monk mode at 6 AM and then 1 when I had therapy. Because, you know, I like to drink coffee while I'm talking about trauma. And then I had 1 with Ellie because she had a pretty bougie coffee machine. She made me a latte. Maybe that's why I had a nosebleed. I haven't told you. I had a nosebleed at the client. I was chatting. What happens? Nosebleed. I should have just gone to the toilet. I don't know why I didn't just go to the toilet. Instead, I sat holding toilet roll, talking with it up my nose. Why am I the way that I am? But yes, I feel like people don't normally see us having dinner and stuff on vlogs. We are having roasted veggies and chicken. She is healthy, she is wealthy. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of these, post them in the Teams chat. We will catch up with you later when we've definitely been to the gym. Are we going to the gym? No, we are not. But the 2 things on my list to do tonight were to go to the gym and WALK. I can't say it because he will kick off. WALK the dog and go to the gym. So what does she do? What does she do? She habit stacks, and habit stacking the gym and the dog walk actually means taking the dog for a run. So we're going for a run. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do 3 miles. You up for doing 3 miles? Let's go for a run. I just took my headphones off and realised how awkward the silence must sound. I'm listening to Run, Run, Run Away by Bruno Mars. How are we doing? Whew. Not bad. 2.5 miles, 24 minutes with a Labrador. So, not bad at all. Chasing the sunset to try and get home before it gets dark. This is 10 times better than going to the gym and running on a shit treadmill. You gonna go say hi? Alright, better get home. Dopamine, check. Bruno Mars, check. Labrador, check. Let's go.